Cobbler's Wife. Ahmed the cobbler lived in Isfahan with his greedy wife Sitara. She was a very discontented woman. One day, Sitara went to the hammam where people came to bathe and relax. There, she saw the wife of the royal astrologer in gorgeous clothes and jewelry being waited upon by several maids. Sitara returned home in a temper. When Ahmed welcomed her with a smile, she pushed him away saying, "You are so useless. Become an astrologer. Then I can live a good life like the astrologer's wife." "My dear, I am a cobbler," replied Ahmed. "I am not trained in astrology." "I don't care," announced Sitara stubbornly. "You have to become an astrologer." So, poor Ahmed, who loved his wife, bought all the things he would need to show he was an astrologer. He set up a table in market displaying the 12 signs of the zodiac, the sun, moon, and stars, and several books. The new astrologer. Everyone who knew the cobbler stopped to stare at Ahmed. One of his friends asked, "Ahmed, are you crazy? You are a cobbler. What are you doing as an astrologer?" Ahmed explained that he was doing this to please his wife. Just then, the king's jeweler came by deeply distressed. He had lost a priceless ruby from the king's crown. When he saw a crowd around Ahmed, he decided to ask the astrologer to find the lost jewel. His wife's maid heard him and ran to her mistress, for the jeweler's wife had stolen the ruby. "If the astrologer tells him I am lost," thought the wife, and she told Ahmed the truth. "Hide the ruby under the jeweler's pillow," said Ahmed, "and say nothing." Ahmed called the jeweler and told him the ruby was under his pillow. The jeweler was so happy at the return of the jewel that he rewarded Ahmed richly. Ahmed's fame. Sitara sent Ahmed back to work as an astrologer. Soon his fame spread. Ahmed hated to befool people, but he had no choice, for his wife threatened to tell everyone he was a fraud. The next day, Ahmed was summoned by the king. Frightened, he went to the court. 40 chests containing the king's treasure had been stolen, and the king wanted Ahmed to find them. Ahmed said, "40 men have stolen the treasure. I need at least 40 days to find out, sir." Ahmed went home and told his wife that they must run away, but she insisted that he should find the treasure or she would betray him to the king. Now Ahmed was sure his wife loved wealth only and he was going to die in 40 days. So he told her to give him one date every night before he went to sleep so that he might count the 40 days. The king's treasure. The robber chief, hearing about Ahmed, sent one of his men to watch his house at night. Ahmed's wife gave him a date and he put it into a jar, sighing, "This is one of the 40. The robber ran back to the chief and said, "Ahmed knew I was there." The next day, the chief sent 2 men. He said, "That's 2 of them." They too returned, frightened. He knew we were there, and so every day one more robber went, till on the 40th day he said, "40 complete." That night the robber chief called out to Ahmed, "Sir, we'll return the chests. Please save us." Ahmed, realizing they were the robbers, replied, "Put them all in the old ruins behind the palace and don't cheat. The next morning, Ahmed led the king to his treasure. The king was so pleased that he married Ahmed to his kind and good daughter, for Ahmed's wife had left him.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.